And the title. So, what is your body type, or your somatotype, as scientists will say it, right? Somatotype. What kind of body do you have? What kind of body did your parents give you? Because that's just genetic, right? You can't really change it at all. Give me a minute. So, what is the 3 somatotypes that some of you, me, all the people around the world have? You know, you might be this one. The first one, that might be you. Yeah, you. The first one is, of course, the ectomorph. Ectomorph. What is an ectomorph? So, if you're wondering, or if you already know what an ectomorph is a really tall or skinny person. Really, you know, small bones, kind of like, you know, you've probably seen those, maybe like a basketball player, right? Really tall, 6+ feet tall. Obviously, I'm not 6 feet, you know, it would be nice, but, you know, I gotta work with what I got, right? So, none of that. So it's basically your typical 6'2 plus, you know, maybe, you know, it could vary. It's not only 6+ dudes, right? 6+ feet. But that's your usual, you know, your stick, your I can't gain weight. Or the, you know, they eat, but they can't gain weight, no matter what, right? That's your ectomorph. And that might be you, my friend. It could probably be you, you know. But if it's not, let's move on to the second one. The second one is your typical mesomorph. Mesomorph. Who are these individuals? These individuals are usually the ones with, you know, the gifted gift, right? The gift could vary, of course. They could, you know, be any size or any height, of course. But these are your usual, you know, your B-shaped dudes that are already shaped like that, you know. Broad shoulders, small waist. Those are the dudes that are mesomorphs. And they're quick to build muscle. You know, they eat, they train, they gain muscle really, really quick. But they don't gain much fat. As you guys can tell, most, or not most, the vast majority of bodybuilders have this somatotype. They usually, you know, they include the training and the dieting, right, and the years of dedication. But these are your mesomorphs, right? They, you know, they lift up the weight, and then 3 weeks later they got like Arnold biceps, right? Or like mine, right? You know, they got the 20-inch biceps, right? But you know, it could vary, of course. But those are your mesomorphs. Those are the really, you know, you see those you know, they got the B-shaped. You know, the ladies want them. You know what I mean? That's your typical mesomorph. And now, last but not least, we got the endomorph. We got your endomorph. Excuse my writing, but you know, I'm not the best at it. I tried doing art class a long time ago, but not really, bro. The only thing I can do is just draw sticks with heads and like 2 little arms, right? But I'm not an artist. I consider myself an artist, right? Because I'm sculpting my body, but you know, that's a different story. Now, last but not least, we got your typical endomorph. Who are your endomorphs? You know, they could be skinny, but these are the guys that are more like, they gain fat really quick. And those are your typical 600+ dudes, right? Or girls. Or dudes, right? Wait, never mind. Bad joke alert. Bad joke. Don't quote me on that. But those are typically, you know, the people that eat, or they smell like fucking cheeseburger, right? And they blow up 20 pounds for no reason, right? They just looked at it, you know, boom, 20 pounds of body fat. Those are the endomorphs. They gain weight quickly and fat. It could be muscle, it could be fat as well. If they're not training, bad news for you. You're gonna gain a lot of fat. If you're that body type, they're easily triggered by, you know, large amounts of body fat. And now, those are 3 of them. Which one are you? You guys want to type out in the comments which one are you? And of course, you know, let's compare. Because I myself, if you're wondering, I didn't look like this right now. I didn't look this juicy right now. I used to look like a piece of shit. I'm gonna put a picture right here what I used to look like before. That's pretty much my whole life. I looked like that. I was a pretty heavy dude, pretty heavy kid, right? But you know, habits and changes like that, right? So yeah, I have a combination of endomorph and a little bit of mesomorph, I want to say, because I tend to gain fat much quicker than most individuals, of course. If I decide one day to just say, you know, after the diet, I'm not gonna track anything, no nothing, no gym, and I start eating, you know, cupcakes, cheesecakes, soda pop, or you know, sodas, fries, burgers, hot dogs, anything, right? Any junk food you name, gummies, I will gain weight and fat, and I will gain probably 30 pounds of fat in like 5 months if I just eat, and I don't do anything with it, of course, right? Because you're just consuming the energy. That would be me. I would be the typical heavy dude, right? You know, got the bitch tits, right? I still do, but you know, I'm trying to working on my chest, right? But I'm your typical endomorph with a little bit of, you know, those 3. Because if you guys didn't know, all of you have a little bit of 3, but one of those 3 is more dominant. You could be a really skinny person, but you have a little bit of endomorph and a little bit of mesomorph. I myself have pretty much a lot of endomorph, maybe a little bit of mesomorph, and a tiny bit of ectomorph, because I'm not that skinny. I never grew up that skinny. I can eat and eat and eat, and you know, I can gain the weight really quick. The ectomorph can't gain weight as quick as I do. The mesomorph could, you know, little by little, right? Because it depends on the genetics. And the endomorph, bro, if that's you, bro, we gotta be careful. Or if you're trying to lose the weight right now and you're an endomorph and you identify yourself as that, you gotta be careful with your diet, bro. Because whatever you eat, whatever junk food you eat, it's gonna compound in the next months, bro. If you're not doing your cardio, if you're not doing your diet, if you're not training, if you're not sleeping, it's gonna compound over and over those months. And as a result of that, it's going to cause you to gain fat. And the good fat, no, the bad fat, you know, the really bad fat, right? You know, it's gonna start, depending on where you store your fat, of course, it's gonna start, you know, your fucking titties and your fucking, you know, your abdomen, the gut, the famous bubble, well, no, the gut, right? The hanging gut. Or, you know, the ass or whatever, right? Don't know. But those 3 are the somatotypes that you probably are more dominant in one, because all of you have at least, no, all of you have those 3, at least a little bit, but one of those 3 is more dominant. It could be endomorph, it could be mesomorph, it could be ectomorph. I don't know. But as an example, an endomorph again. Once again, I'm an endomorph. I tend to gain fat and weight as much quicker than other people. So if you're a mesomorph or a fucking ectomorph, congrats, my dude, because you get it more easier than me. And I don't want to hear no fucking bullshit. Oh, I can't gain weight. Yeah, you can, bro. Just fucking eat. You already know the deal. Come on. You already know the deal. Now, what do you do for the next time, right? That's gonna be the next episode. What are you gonna do with those somatotypes and how your training will be affected by that, by those 3 body types. Everybody's got a different body. We're not the same, of course, but that's gonna be the end of the video, and hope you guys liked it. Ciao.